Man, that was good. Well, hey everybody, Chaplain Ray here. Hey, just finishing up a meal. Sorry about that. Really good one, as a matter of fact. And this fork here on my plate, still behind, reminds me of a story I would like to tell you that I think is really encouraging to you and will help you look forward to the future. There was once a young lady who unfortunately had gotten a diagnosis from her doctor that she had a terminal illness, and she only had a limited amount of time to make preparations for her death. And so she immediately called her pastor, and she asked her pastor to come to her home so they could make some final arrangements. So he showed up, and they talked about all kinds of detail regarding the funeral, and they talked about what she wanted to be wearing. They talked about what hymns she wanted to have sung, what other music was going to be played, who was going to speak, what scriptures were going to be referenced, who she would like to sing, and who she would like to pray. She got all that detail taken care of, and they were both feeling really good about it, and he was getting ready to walk out the door. And she said, "Oh, wait, there's one more thing." And he said, "Oh, yeah, what's that? I can't believe we missed anything." And she said, "When I'm in my casket and people come to watch my viewing, I would like there to be a fork in my right hand." And he scratched his head because this is the most unusual request he had ever heard for a funeral before. And he said, "Can you tell me why so I can maybe explain it to somebody if somebody asks me?" And she said, "Sure. All the potluck dinners we've had at church and all the great meals that you go to at other places where they're pitch-in dinners and they're just really, really good food. And as they're getting ready to take your plate away, somebody takes the plate away, but they lean over and say to you, 'Oh, why don't you keep your fork because the best part is yet to come.'" All being dessert, we know that. So that's my favorite part. I don't know about you, but the best is yet to come. So keep your fork. And so because you've kept your fork, they bring out your dessert on a new plate. And like I said, for me, that's the best that's yet to come. And I think for a lot of people, not just me. And she goes, "What I want you to do, Pastor, is when people are asking at the funeral, why does she have a fork in her right hand? In your sermon, I want you to tell them that it was my hope and my belief that this life was great, and I'm glad I experienced all the things I did. But I want the fork in my right hand as I leave this world because I know the best is yet to come." As a matter of fact, when they did it, she had a box of plastic forks by the door as people left so they could take a memento or a thought that they might carry on into their own life, that this is a great life, but the best is yet to come. I hope that's encouraging to you. That's what I believe. And if you would like to know more about how you can be certain about that belief as well, I'd love to talk to you. You know how to reach me. It's rmarsh@chaplain.org. And you've got the telephone number as well. It's on the email. So listen, hope to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Let's stay in touch.